Chapter 4, Lesson 6, Divide Whole Numbers by Fractions. You will be able to divide whole numbers by fractions. Before we do that, we need to know what a reciprocal is. Any two numbers with a product of 1 are reciprocals. Basically, reciprocals flip the fraction. So for letter A, the reciprocal of 2/3 is simply 3 over 2. Letter B, the reciprocal of 3/4, just flip those numbers, is 4/3. Letter C, the reciprocal of 9/10 is 10/9. It's okay that you have improper fractions right now. Letter D, the reciprocal of 1/2 is 2 over 1 or just 2. Because remember, any number over 1 is just the number itself. It's division. 2 divided by 1 is 2. When you have a whole number, you need it in fraction form, so we're going to put it over 1, which means the reciprocal of 4 over 1 is 1/4. 15, I would again put it over 1, so the reciprocal is 1/15. When you have mixed numbers, you need to change them to improper fractions before you find the reciprocal. So 1 and 1/2, we have 1 times 2 is 2, plus 1 is 3. So this is 3/2, which means the reciprocal is 2/3. Letter H, 3 and 4/5. 3 times 5 is 15, plus 4 is 19. So this up here is 19/5. And the reciprocal of that is 5/19. So those are reciprocals. We're going to need these reciprocals when we divide by fractions. I will not divide, I will multiply the reciprocal. That is what you need to know in order to in order to divide fractions. So what I want you to do right now is say this and write this 3 times. I will not divide, I will multiply by the reciprocal. I will not divide, I will multiply by the reciprocal. I will not divide, I will multiply by the reciprocal. So here we have 2 divided by 1/3. Well, the first thing you need to do is put that 2 over 1 and make it a fraction. And say to yourself, I will not divide, and as you say that, write your first fraction. I will multiply, change your division to multiplication, by the reciprocal. Change your second fraction to its reciprocal. You only flip the second fraction. In fact, let's jot that down. Only flip the second fraction. You will never touch that first fraction. You will always flip the second fraction. Okay, so let's continue with this problem here. Now we just multiply as normal. 2 times 3 is 6, 1 times 1 is 1, and 6 divided by 1 is 6. Letter B, make that 7 a fraction. I will not divide, I will multiply by the reciprocal. So I kept the first number, changed it to multiplication, and found the reciprocal. And then just multiply as normal. 7 times 3 is 21. 1 times 2 is 2. Change it back to a mixed number. That would go in 10 times with 1 left over. So 10 and 1/2. Letter C. Again, make that over 1. I will not divide. I will multiply by the reciprocal. 6 times 3 is 18. 1 times 1 is 1. and 18 divided by 1 is 18. Letter D, put the 5 over 1. I will not divide. I will multiply by the reciprocal. 5 times 3 is 15. 1 times 2 is 2. Change it to a mixed number. That goes in 7 times with 1 left over. Letter E, put your whole number over 1. I will not divide. I will multiply by the reciprocal. We would get 16 over 3. As a mixed number is 5 1/3. Letter F, put your whole number over 1. I will not divide. I will multiply by the reciprocal. 5 times 4 is 20. 1 times 3 is 3. This goes in 6 times with 2 left over, so 6 2/3. Letter G, put your whole number over 1. I will not divide. I will multiply by the reciprocal. We get 16 over 5, which is 3 1/5. Letter H, put your 4 over 1. I will not divide. I will multiply by the reciprocal. We get 36 over 8. 36/8 is the same as 4 4/8. Which reduces to 4 1/2. At summer camp, the duration of a field hockey game is 3/4 hour. The camp counselors have set aside 6 hours for field hockey games. How many games can be played? So what we're doing is division. 6 divided by 3/4. Remember to put that 6 over 1. I will not divide. I will multiply by the reciprocal. And we get 24 over 3, which divides out to be 8. It's asking for how many games, so 8 games.